It's Northern versus PH. Face-off won by Northern. Picked up by number 7, Hall. Hall coming up along the right boards for Curtis. Curtis looking to go center to Van Ness. Goes across. Oh, and it's just out of Van Ness's reach.
That was a good
goes back to Vigrass. Vigrass shoots it into the chest of number 6, Gary Votek.
Quite a defensive game they're playing tonight, huh, Alex?
Yeah, some strong defense here. By the way, I didn't get to introduce my guest announcer for a couple minutes. It's Ben Cranky.
The one and only.
And that's behind the net.
Oh,
and that's going to bring the stoppage of play.
Come out.
That was up on top of the bottom brace for the net. So both teams are going to change up lines. What do you think about the game so far tonight, Ben?
Well, from what I could tell from the director's seat, there is a lot of hitting. Lots and lots and lots of hitting, and not all with the body.
Definitely a very physical hockey game tonight.
Yes, we are looking at some third period brawls. Yep.
Okay, 14 minutes and 24 seconds left in the third period. 1-0 Huskies lead. And they're going to try that one again, Smitty and Heimbeck.
What a setup.
Smitty's going to win this face-off. They're going to blow a whistle again. And we've got a cross-check penalty.
Oh, shoot. That's what, 5 minutes, Alex?
No.
2?
Yep. 2. You want one more guess at that, Ben?
Sure. Do I get a wish?
No. Oh, no. This is Channel 6.
We don't give wishes or free presents.
We just bring you all the best in high school sports action.
Clean and raw the way you like it. My name is Jethro. I like it raw. All right. We going to get a face-off down here?
Back to some high school action.
What happened to his helmet?
That is Ian Singer going off the ice. He appears to be
it would appear
holding his right wrist a little bit. And hope Ian Singer's okay.
Shoot.
So Smitty and Heimbeck back in the face-off circle again.
Man, what a setup.
And this one's going to be won by PH. Gardner looking to go center, broken up nicely by Fagan.
Good.
Coming up, Sox throws it right down on Thick. Thick dumps that one aside for Elber. Big hit by Prevost behind the net, picked up by PH. PH throws up along the boards. Fagan dumps it back down. Once again, picked up by PH. Number 2, that's Jason Sheffer. Sheffer tries to go along. Fagan picks it up, sends it over to Sox. Sox is going to go up the middle. Sends it up Thick, deflects that one, picked up by Carl Elber. Smitty and Elber go down in the corner.
Nice. It would appear Northern put out their big defensive line for this one.
They're trying back up is Sheffer. Sheffer just blasted Smitty there at center ice.
Ouch. Looks like they're trying to cushion that 1-goal lead, Alex.
Gardner shot.
Nicely
nice stick
deflected.
Saved by Duker Campbell.
Very nice.
Gardner sends it out to the point. Albert fans on it. Hires back on his feet. And they're PH is gonna regroup. And
it would appear they're getting some more speed out on the ice, Alex.
Gardner coming in. Nice save by Duker Campbell. He deflects that one off. And that's gonna be picked up by PH again. PH adding a lot of pressure to this game.
Yes, they are. They're definitely stepping up their offense.
Taking multiple shots on Duke Campbell, and he's doing a nice job of holding up in net. This is number 10, Shane Talmadge. Talmadge gets hit from behind by Bennett, and that's going to be a penalty on Josh Bennett.
I do believe, yes.
Get those 50-50 tickets out. We'll announce that number in just a minute.
Oh, I wonder who's going to be the lucky winner of $5.75.
Josh Bennett checking from behind. Josh Bennett also hit Jason Waite from behind. Jason Waite not being able to play in this contest. Supposedly he's out for 6 games with a broken collarbone.
Middle of February, I think they expect him back.
Josh Bennett just received a 2-minute penalty for checking from behind on Shane Talmadge. So Northern is going to be 2 men down for 31 seconds, and then they're going to be 1 man down to finish out the Bennett penalty. 12 minutes and 51 seconds left. This is a good chance for PH to even the score, maybe even take a lead.
Oh, yeah.
Big shot. Oh, fed. Oh, and it went just right of Campbell. Picked up behind the net. Talmadge battling with Burgess in the corner. Talmadge throws it out to the point.
Of the game.
Newberry Newberry back along the boards. Coming out to number 9, that's Erickson. Erickson lets a shot go, and that was a nice save by Campbell. And Campbell covers up on the left corner of his net.
Oh,
great concentration by Duker Campbell to keep his head up.
That thing's got to look like a tire to him.
He made a real nice save there and a nice cover up to stop the play and let Northern regroup. That triangle defense.
That would be the best defense when there's only 3 skaters on the ice.
3 seniors on the ice for Northern. We've got Heyer, Sox, and Burgess. Definitely the defensive line out there for Northern.
Oh yeah, big guys. Big guys.
Burgess goes up to the blue line. That's still in.
Oh. And he
back behind the net.
Back behind the net.
Still there. Burgess working out to the point for Newberry. Newberry waves on it. Elber is out on the ice now, so that penalty's over.
Nice clearing attempt.
Elber working on Heimbeck. Now working on number 9, Erickson.
There he goes.
Elber with the puck. He's just going to dump it in behind Thick and make Thick come out and play it. Kill the rest of this penalty.
So
quick line change for Northern.
And they got their speed out on the ice.
Nicely broken up by Curtis. Shot back down in the zone by Vigrass. Back in behind Thick. Curtis doing a little bit of forechecking.
Okay, Sean, I think I'm going to go back to the screens now. I'll let you take
over. Puck up
to
number 7, that is Jason Newberry. And Vigrass behind his own net, shoots it up the boards. Smitty comes up, trying to break it up. 22 seconds left in the Bennett penalty. That's going to be picked up by Curtis. Curtis lays a big hit on Heimbeck. Here comes Justin Smith. Justin Smith working, gets across the line. He's hooked to the ice, and that's going to be a tripping penalty on number 7, Jason Newberry. 8 seconds remain in the Bennett penalty, and PH takes a tripping penalty.
And it looks like they're going to give the penalty to Michael Down.
That's going to be on Michael Down. So Northern still babying that 1-0 lead on a Kevin Sadoe goal.
And an ace.
Jason Newberry is going to the penalty box. So 4-on-4 for 7 more seconds. Sox hustling back in the corner, picks it up, avoids a nice check coming by number 17, Herber. PH still holding it into the zone. Sox and Van Ness back there battling with, it looks like Shane Talmadge. Talmadge and Sox roughing it up a little bit. Here comes Van Ness. Van Ness dumps it right in on Thick. Thick at the last second decides to cover it up for PH.
And Chris Sox is going to get a penalty for, going to get a technical penalty. Must have been saying something to the ref or bad-mouthing one of the players. It's not too often you find a technical penalty unless they enforce zero tolerance.
Well, he was jawing at Talmadge pretty hard down there in the corner. They were going at it.
Husky penalty number 8, Chris Sox, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Time of the penalty, 4:26, third period.
So it's going to be 4-on-4. And Northern wins that face-off. Burgess dumps it along the boards, picked up by number 11, Elber. Elber sends it back in behind Campbell. Burgess picks it up, comes along the boards, gets hit by Talmadge, tries to tip it up to Smith. Carl Elber goes back, and Talmadge picks up the puck, momentarily loses it. Burgess hanging with him. Now Scott Elber comes over on the defense against number 17, Herber. And that puck's going to get shot down. Smitty racing for it. Justin Smith trying to catch Carl Elber. Peels back around. And Burgess just stood up number 17, Herber, at the blue line as the icing is going to be called.
Actually, the icing wasn't what just got called.
Oh,
it looks
it's
like
a
Nick
penalty
Burgess
on
going to get a
Burgess.
penalty. Turned around and retaliated after he stood up a player. And, turned around
Okay,
and
so the
slashed
last
him.
10 minutes in this contest, and the referees decide that they're going to call every minor infraction that they can possibly see.
Husky penalty number 17, Nick Burgess. 2 minutes.
So now,
Technical penalty.
Northern is going to be down 3 men to 4 for 54 seconds. Then they're going to be down 3 men to 5 to finish out the rest of the Sox penalty. And then they're going to be down 4 men to 5 to finish out the rest of the Burgess penalty. And so there's going to be a timeout on the ice here. It appears the officials definitely do not want a fight breaking out here, so if they catch a stick above the shoulders or if they catch somebody saying something that maybe shouldn't have been said, it appears that they're looking to call every little penalty that they can find.
In a game like this, the small penalties are what's going to hurt you in this game. The score's only 1-0.
In a crosstown rivalry, there's no need to call a minor penalty against somebody who gives them a little bump when maybe it wasn't necessary or something like that. Basically what's going to happen is that's just going to drive the game out of control. The players are going to get mad because they're getting penalties. They're going to come out, and who's the natural person to take it out on? Of course, the other team. So the other team's going to want to retaliate, and that's a quick way to lose control of a hockey game. So Burgess and Sox, go back to the penalty box to finish out their sentences. Haven't seen Ian Singer return yet. Hope he's okay. Same for Tim Ropish from Northern. And Hire won that draw. Throws it back to Duker Campbell. Good heads up play by Duke, and he covers that back up. And Hire's back there making his amends now.
That could have been a play just like the way Port Huron Northern got their first goal. Own team scoring on you. It's close.
Fagan goes rink wide. And that's going to be picked up by Thick. Thick dumps it off to one of the PH defenders coming up by Gardner. Gardner lobs a weak shot in. That's deflected by Hire, that looked like. And that's going to come up along the boards. Thick way out of the net once again to pick it up. Throws it back to Carl Albert. Albert coming up left side. Looking to get pinched down by Fagan. Fagan kind of lets him slide by into the corner. He gets mildly tapped by Hall. Tries to center it up. Oh, and it hit the pole. Gardner out front, broken up nicely by Fagan. Big shot deflected down by Heimbeck. Hall has no idea where the puck's at. Back out to Heimbeck in front. Out comes Hire. Nice save by Duker Campbell.
And
Fagan breaks it up.
Northern's now
Albers.
shorthanded by 2 men.
Albert sends it in to the left of the net. What a beautiful stand by Duke Campbell in net.
Port Huron Northern definitely needs to get some fresh legs out there during this change. And 11 seconds are going to be shorthanded for another 41 seconds. Hate to do math on the over this, but
that's right, folks. The human calculator has joined us tonight. He's crunching some penalty numbers for us. All right, so Bennett loses that draw to Gardner, it looked like. Fanned by Newberry. Almost picked up by Beckman. In the corner is Van Sickle, I believe. Yep, Van Sickle sends it up ice. Just out of reach for Bennett. Out comes Smith. It's now 5-on-4 Northern as Duker Campbell made a nice save there from about 65 feet. Allen took a strange bounce off the glass, picked up by Newberry. Newberry back up along the boards, and offsides on number 10, Shane Talmadge. That's going to bring the play PH side neutral ice. 32 seconds left in the Burgess penalty. 8 minutes and 16 seconds left in this contest.
okay, I'm the math whiz. It's 23 seconds left there, Alex.
Okay, thanks again to the human calculator for that. So stepping in, we've got Herber and Smitty in the face-off. Smitty wins that one, sends that back to Van Sickle. Van Sickle up to Albert. Albert up along the boards, trying to sweep it in center. Goes in front for Smith. Oh, and it got knocked away at the last second. Talmadge picks up the puck coming along the right side, being contested by Albert and Sox. Sox just pounded him into the boards. And that actually could have been a penalty on Sox, because that sounded to me like that was after the whistle also.
What's the harm in following through on your check?
It doesn't hurt anything, but the way these refs have been calling stuff tonight, it doesn't surprise me that it wouldn't surprise me if they did call it. Once again, Smitty and Herbert in the face-off. And Northern wins that one. Van Sickle goes up along the boards, dumped back down by number 9, Erickson. Back in behind the net is number 7, Hall. Hall gets bumped. Smitty picks the puck up. Smitty battling with Talmadge and number 8, Beckman. Smitty comes out of that one unscathed.
And Northern's
back
equal
up.
strength.
He dumps it in for Van Ness. Van Ness hustling into the corner. Icing. That was just a little bit too much out of Van Ness's reach.
And that's all for the Northern penalties. They distributed some great penalty-killing tactics out there. Their goalie standing up tremendous for him, stopping several shots. Duker Campbell, the freshman for Fort Here Northern.
But you got to give Dan Thick his too. He's played a great game for PH tonight. Stopped countless blind shots. Definitely a great game by both goaltenders as Woolman goes down trying to play the puck on the ice. Big number 3 for PH, Matthew Gusky, putting the hurt on. Van Ness could be all alone, and that one gets a little bit away, looking to go front for Vigrass. Oh, and that was just up front. Sox breaks that one up. And Fagan, PH coming back, have a 2-on-1. Fagan breaks that play up nicely as number 4, David Fry, just couldn't quite get complete control of the puck. Fagan comes in and laid a nice body check. Van Ness coming back up the ice. Leaves it for Curtis. Curtis, high shot, nice save by Thick. Ooh, and a big hit by Curtis. Curtis with the puck out front. Quick shot, nice save. Fagan trying to get to it, and Fry picks it up. Fry's going to carry it up all the way down. And Fagan stands Fry up and picks up the puck. Gently passes it across the Sox. Sox goes back up to Van Ness, and Van Ness steers it down into the zone. That's going to be picked up by number 9, Erickson. Kevin Erickson coming back up ice, throws it, intercepted by Bennett, rolled back in behind Thick. That's going to be picked up by Heimbeck. And Heyer's going to get to it. Heyer sends it back down in the corner for Sadowi. Sadowi battling down there with number 7, Newberry. Dumps it back behind the net for Heyer, but Heyer didn't see it. Bennett breaks it up. Out front, quick shot. Big one-timer from Bennett to Heyer, high and wide. Beautifully set up play, though. Bennett going back to Heyer. Vigrass gets a stick on it, and it was just low and to the right. And that's going to be cleared by PH.
Great pressure by Port Huron Northern.
Vigrass tried to get it into the zone, couldn't quite. Sadowi putting pressure on Gardner, and there's going to be a whistle on the play. Looks like it might be offsides.
I believe offsides is going to be the call. Man was checked over the line before the puck went in, but.
So that's going to go neutral ice Northern side. 5 minutes and 42 seconds left in the game. Northern still babying that 1-goal lead. All right, so that's going to be Herbert and number 11 for Northern. That is Prevost in the face-off circle. Looks like Northern won that. Burgess, behind the net. Sends it up to Albert. Albert deflects it out center ice. That's going to be picked up by Thick's going to play that actually and try to pass over to Newberry. It was momentarily covered before it got loose, but the whistles were already blown. Good thing, because Justin Smith had the puck on the end of his stick. Justin Smith is dangerous when the goalie's able to make the stop. It's not a good thing to have your goaltender on the stomach and the puck on the end of Justin Smith's stick.
Definitely not. Justin Smith's been playing travel hockey his whole life.
Definitely one of the better players that's come through Northern. Loses that draw. But he's going after it behind the net. Whirled around. Albert loses his footing. Picked up by Prevost. Prevost trying to go to Smith. Smith out front. Unloads a shot. And that looked like an easy glove save for Thick. He made it look so easy. Just like a simple baseball catch is what it looked like. But
What do you think those goalies do in the off season? Gotta find something to keep in practice.
But definitely attribute the low score of this game to the fine goaltending of Dan Thick and Duke Campbell. Both coaches have to be extremely proud of their goaltenders. Smith. Northern wins that draw momentarily, hands it over to PH, picks it right back up. Van Sickle to Albert, but that was picked up by number 15 for Northern, Michael Down, and shot back in. Smith goes out front for Albert. Albert loses the puck on a check. Justin Smith still has the puck, come whirling back around, and he got knocked off the puck by Jason Scheffer. Coming back is Carl Albert. Albert whips a shot in. Nice save by Duke Campbell, and he covers up.
And Joel Heimbach chases in after the puck, goes right over top of Duke or Campbell. Not something you like to do in this situation.
Nick Burgess gave him a little extracurricular bumping down there on the side of the net just to let him know that that's not appreciated. And Heimbach does that all the time. All the time. I mean, if it was just a one-time thing, I could understand it, but he loves crashing goaltenders. Woolman with the puck behind the net, throws it up along the boards for Van Ness. Van Ness goes up to Curtis. Curtis poked away on sides. Curtis picks up the puck. He's still battling in the corner for it. It's coming around to Van Ness. Van Ness lets it go to Sox. Sox deflected almost to Woolman out in the middle. This is going to be picked up by Fagan, it looks like. Yep, Fagan. But stolen by Jason Newberry. Newberry coming in, whirls back around, tries to go across, but nobody came through. That was David Fry fans on it. Curtis going to Van Ness. Van Ness turning on the Jets. Tries to go backhand. Nice save. Picked up by PH Jason Newberry. Newberry coming up. Broken up by Sox. Sox goes to number 3, Gusky. Gusky rolls it back in behind the net. Sox tries to poke that one up for Van Ness. Now he picks it up and rolls it down. That's going to be picked up by Scott Herber for PH. Herber coming up the left side. Fagan tripped him to the ice, and he's going to get called on that. And Heyer just laid a brutal body check. The play never stopped. Northern never touched the puck. Nobody in the place heard a whistle, so Nate Heyer just did his job, and he went over there and laid a brutal body check, and it was completely legal. Unfortunately for PH, every one of them put their heads down and just figured the play was done. Not a smart thing to do, because Nate Heyer loves to hit.
The way Chris Fagan reacted after that, he just gave up after he saw that he was getting the penalty.
He just gave up. So PH is like, okay, this is cool. I guess the play's done. Unfortunately, Nate Heyer decided not to announce to PH that the play wasn't done, and
took advantage.
Did so in kind of a painful fashion, which did stop the play.
It's a good lesson. Just don't have your head down.
So it looks like Fagan's going to go off for a tripping penalty, which was pretty blatant. But they're still babying that 1-goal lead.
With 3 minutes, 25 seconds left in the period, Chris Fagan getting a 2-minute penalty. That's going to hurt his team right now. It's a crucial time in the period, crucial time in the game itself. With only being up 1 goal, just the slightest.
Yeah, and they need people like Chris Fagan on the ice, the senior defenseman, people with leadership right now. But on the flip side, 1 goal is all you need to win a hockey game. You don't need 47 goals to win a game. And right now, all that matters to Northern and to PH is that Northern's got 1 more goal than PH does. And they either want to keep that if you're Northern or rectify that if you're PH. And in comes Scott Herbert. Herbert takes a shot wide, picked up by number 2, Jason Sheffer. That's going to be shot out of the zone by Hall. Back in behind the net. Thick leaves it for Albert. Albert comes up the right side. Cross center ice before he's met by Heyer. Shot in. Campbell just steered that one aside. Vigrass tried to lay a hit on number 8, Beckman. Bennett tried to sneak that one by Sheffer. And that came into center ice. PH dumps it in, and that one's high and wide to Campbell. Number 7, Hall, just is going to flip it down ice, and this is going to be right on Thick. And Thick goes down and covers it as Nate Heyer appeared to be tripped and slid uncontrollably into Dan Thick.
Gets out of the way knowing that running into the goalie's going to cause some problems. Left the scene right away, you know, that way he doesn't have to take another penalty for his team by getting in a fight.
Unfortunately, Thick didn't get up right away. Also, the bad thing is that Heyer wouldn't have done that if he wasn't taken down by one of the PH guys. Now, I know getting on the ice every once in a while is part of the game. But let me tell you from experience that once you slide on the ice, you can't control where you slide and where you go. I mean, you just hit whatever you hit, and unfortunately it happened to be Dan Thick. But he's just going to take a drink of water and shake it off. Good thing for PH because they don't want to lose him. He's playing way too good right now.
It's not a good time to bring in a cold goalie at this crucial point of the game.
Especially after Thick's having such a phenomenal game. Thick's just a freshman.
Got a lot of good years ahead of him. Same with his counterpart down in the Port Huron Northern net.
Smith loses that face-off. Albert lays a big hit on Gardner. Now Smith lays a hit on Gardner. Heimbeck, nice block by Chris Sox. And I didn't see the puck ever come down, and that's up in Soxy's shirt, it looked like.
Not where it's supposed to be.
That went up in the sweater of Chris Sox, but that tells you what Chris Sox did there. He got in front of the puck, and he blocked the shot. Now, if the shots aren't getting through to the goalies, then they're not scoring goals. And that's all that matters.
Definitely.
Great play by the senior defenseman captain, Chris Sox. Sox in the corner, battling with Gardner again. Smitty trying to work it out. Smitty brings it up, shoots it down to the far corner. Thick out of the goal is going to leave it for Albert. Scott Albert down there forechecking for Northern. Smitty forechecking a little bit. That's going to come up to number 19, Heimbeck. Heimbeck stops up, almost tipped in, but that one was just a little high and wide. Blocked by Justin Smith. That's going to go right across the blue line. Albert dumps it in the corner. Sox nicely taking his man out of the game. Albert with the puck at the point. Lets a shot go. Campbell, nice save as he steers that one to his right. Sox is really working on, it looks like Gardner down there. Sox is actually really working on anybody that goes in that corner. And for some reason, Michael Down just fell down on the ice. As the puck comes up northern side, ooh, and there was a big trip. Jeff Curtis got tripped pretty bad by one of the PH defenders that I can't actually see who it was, but that just came right back. This game is turning kind of brutal, and it's going to be a stoppage of play. But still, once again, Heimbeck giving a little bit extra with the stick to the back of Curtis.
Jeremy Van Ness just downright stuck his foot out and tripped him.
So Van Ness once again is going to visit the penalty box.
Another penalty for Northern. It could turn disastrous for him. Being down a man, there's a minute and 9 seconds left in the period and only being up by that 1-goal lead.
Also, though, Van Ness on his defense was looking out for his team, as was the guy from PH. I couldn't see his number, so I couldn't tell who it was. But, I mean, it was just retaliation after retaliation and no stoppage of play, so they just kept doing it. As Heyer hacks that one deep into the zone. Okay, so 56 seconds left in the third period, 1-0 Huskies. Talmadge just got knocked off the puck by Sox, shot down the ice by Bennett. And this is going to be picked up by number 17, Scott Herbert. Herbert bringing it up. Looking to go left side. Back in behind Campbell. Campbell leaves it for Burgess. Burgess lays a nice body check on Herbert. and just pins the puck in along the board there. Working on it is Talmadge and Beckman, but they can't seem to spring it free. And there's the whistle.
Just trying to waste some of the time. You know, there's 22 seconds left in the game. And the crowd very disappointed that the refs didn't whistle that play dead sooner. Puck was not being played.
There was no movement in the puck because the PH defender decided to sit on the puck, which is against the rules. It should come out to neutral ice because he sat on the puck, but the referees aren't going to call that. They're going to let it stay deep northern. With a minute 13 seconds left to the Van Ness penalty and only 22 seconds left to play in this contest, there is still a chance for PH, and everybody here is on their seat, on the edge of their seat.
PH pulls their goalie to get the extra man advantage, so it'll be a 6-on-4.
6-on-4 here. Sox sweep it out front. Sox is just going to go down the boards. 13 seconds left in this game. Smitty hustling to get back. Here comes number 16, Gardner. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, broken up by Albert. Albert, oh, just left. 2 seconds, 1 second. That's hockey game, folks.
The end of the game.
What an excellent, excellent hockey game.
I just got to say, great game to both goalies. Both of them stood the ground, saved their team several goals.
Oh, the score could have easily have been 6-5, 5-4, something like that very easily if the freshmen had not stepped up and played like all area seniors. They played phenomenal goalkeeping. You got to give a lot of credit to the defense on both sides. They did a really good job. They kept the shot count down. They scooped up rebounds and didn't give second and third opportunities. Real physical hitting. You couldn't really ask for much more in a hockey game than that.
And to recap, the score was 1-0, and the only goal of the game scored by number 4, Kevin Sadawi.
So the senior Kevin Sadawi gets the only goal in the crosstown matchup. This one again is won by Port Huron Northern, but like I said, a really good hockey game. I'm Alex Rogers. Along with me is Sean McLean, special guest Ben Cranky, and the rest of the CPHS 6 staff. We've got Jason Heidemann, Chris Warcella,
Katie Cruz.
And Katie Cruz.
And Ben. You can't forget about him.
And so for CPHS 6, have a good night.